Hey guys, this is DC, also known as the Dark Creeper, and today's video I'll be showing you how to defeat the Ancient Remnant with a super easy way from the L and this Cataclysm mod. So, let's begin. Now it's been a couple of weeks since I've uploaded my last video. I think it was the Leviathan video from 2 to 3 weeks ago. I do apologize if I couldn't upload the video much more quicker. It does take a long time to record and edit these videos in my free time, so please do understand. Other than that, if you have other bosses from other mobs that you want me to potentially make a guide out of, please do let me know down in the comments below, as it does help out both the channel and the content for it. So without further delay, let's get straight into it. Now when you spawn into your new world or existing world, you want to start finding one of these structures that you see in front of me, which is basically a really large pyramid. Normally it's really hard to miss, but if you are struggling to find one, it is located in the desert biome. And I do recommend you getting a mod that shows you a map. In this case, I have Zero's minimap and world map, which makes it easier to find one of these structures. So before we get into the actual pyramid, we will need a checklist of materials, and that is what you see inside my inventory here. So if you have seen my Ignis video where we use a dripstone contraption, this will be probably quite familiar with you. The only thing that has been added or changed is that we will need a brush and 2 buckets of water buckets, and that is because we need it in order to get the necklace of the desert, which is crucial in order to awaken the Ancient Remnant. So it's nothing much. It's basically 2 observers, 1 or more levers, 1 or more trapdoors, and any sort of building blocks. I have stone bricks, but you can use anything you want. You have 1 set of ladders. You have 3 sets of pointed dripstone. Now the dripstone, this part will be probably the most time-consuming part of the whole boss run. It is kind of hard to find them while mining, especially you don't have, at that time you don't have like a diamond pickaxe with a lot of enchantments on it. So it will take quite a long time, but eventually you'll find some. You'll need any source of food, as obviously you have no source of protection or regeneration, so this is your only way of regenerating your health if you get damaged. You will also need a iron sword and iron pickaxe. You can use the diamond version of this, but again, you don't have to. This is just the minimum requirements. That is of course after you get all these items. And also you will need I always recommend getting an iron chest plate while getting iron as well. You don't have to get the full iron armor set, but this just keeps like a minimum protection on. I also recommend you getting some redstone dust, as we may need to make more than 1 dripstone contraption, and it's not like very complicated to make the contraption itself, so you may need to make multiple ones. That's why I said 1 or more levers and 1 or more trapdoors. Yeah, so that's there to get you help for that. And also the last part is I also recommend you to get the potion of night vision, the 8-minute vision, because of when you get to the last floor, the deepest floor of the Ancient Remnant, it will be very dark. Right, so even if you have torches and all of that, the boss does break blocks and it will get in your way. So I do always recommend you getting them. The material wise, it doesn't really cost that much. It's a redstone dust with a golden carrot, and again you can get golden nuggets from the nether, and you can get orchid potion from the nether fortress. You're going to be going inside the nether because of the observers to get the nether quartz anyway, so there you go. Now once you have all your items and materials, we're going to be going on top of this pyramid over here, and you can see that some blocks have been made out of bamboo related blocks. You're going to be using your iron pickaxe that you got before. I'm going to go into survival mode, and we're going to be mining some blocks away until we get to a specific spot. So as you can see, I've mined a little bit and I've got on top of this pillar looking structure over here. Once you land it on there, we're going to be using one of our water buckets. We're going to be spraying some water, and what that's going to do is going to be ensure a safe way so we can get down at the bottom floor beneath us. Now before we go there, we are going to go one of these passages over here. So there is total 4 passages, and inside there is a block called the suspicious sand, and this is the block that we are going to use the brush on in order for us to get an item called the necklace of the desert. So I'm just going to keep brushing, and as you can see, I've got the necklace of the desert using the brush. before on the previous versions, I think there was a chance to get this, but it looks like now it's like a 100% guarantee. So I don't know if that was a thing. Let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, as you can see, oh, so there is a different one. Now it's an emerald. Let's see for this one. Yep, this one's a necklace of the desert. So I think it's just a really high chance of getting one. So as you can see, I've got already 4 of them, but we only gonna need 1 anyway. So I'm just gonna get rid of these. And there you go. So normally what I would do is I would use some of the building blocks, and while I'm on this water pillar here, I would try to make a bridge. So I'll try to make one like this, and then make myself inside this passage here. Yeah, so I believe there's another one on the other side here. Yep, so there's some more suspicious sand over here, and that's the part where you get the necklace of the desert. Now after you got this, we're going to go straight down here, and I can just drop down actually like this. And make sure you don't go all the way down here. If you do go all the way down here, you will get attacked by these cobbletons. I think that's how you pronounce them. So make sure you just get towards this place. And then if you're in survival mode, they will start to kind of try to attack you. You can see there's the Ancient Remnant over there with 2, I don't think you can see, but there is 2 mobs that's guarding them. You do not want to wake them up yet because they will kill you. They do a lot of damage and a lot of debuffs and stuff, so do that later. You can use one of your night vision potions right now because it is quite hard to see. So I'll get rid of my effects, and as you can see that you can't really see around me. So I'm going to use one of my night vision potions, and then there you go. You can see quite a lot, quite well. Now what we're going to do is once we get up to this spot over here, that's going to attract all the cobbletons over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to be wearing our chest plate. We need our sword, our stakes, and we will need another water bucket. And this is where we're going to use the other water bucket. So if I go into survival mode, you can see that they're not aggro to me now, but if I try, no, not at the moment. Okay, oh, there we go. Yep, so it's trying to come towards me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump towards that part over there, and I'm gonna, as soon as I land over there, I'm gonna put a water straight on the floor. So if I go down like this, I'm gonna put straight water down, and that's gonna keep the cobbletons from trying to attack you. So if I try to go close enough, I can try damage them. Yep, so as you can see, I can try damage them. Be very careful, as I think one of their abilities is try to snap away your weapon. I think it was your tools. I've tried it with a shield, and they tried to get my shield away, and it was quite annoying. So if I try to aggro them, yep, they're coming. I'm gonna try to go to the water here, and there you go. So this is a really easy way to get rid of these cobbletons. They don't look very powerful, but they do quite a lot of damage, so just be careful with them. So now we've got rid of all the cobbletons around us, we're going to start building our dripstone contraption. So what we're going to do is make sure you don't go past this point over here, so the one that looks like a statue, because it will awaken these 2 bodyguards. And these 2 bodyguards is what our next objective is before we awaken the Ancient Remnant. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to this pillar that we came from, and we're going to use the pickaxe earlier. Now I'm gonna be doing this in creative mode just to show you guys a bit more quicker. So basically we're gonna get rid of all these blocks that's on this pillar here. So just one side. Gonna get rid of like this. And then you're gonna be placing ladders on the block that's above this block here. So if I go closer, that's the cut sandstone. I'm gonna be placing it on this one here. And I'm going to keep stacking it until it goes up to 20 blocks. So keep going. Yep, so that's about 20. I think that's 20 blocks. Yep. And then what we're going to do is basically build a little dripstone contraption. So I'm just going to make a little platform like this. And then what we're going to do, if you want more further details of how the contraption works, you can look at my Ignis video. It's got all the contraption, how it works over there. So I'm just going to build a little simple contraption. And yep, this is how the contraption works. So as you can see, this is really a basic setup. So if you want to make it more advanced or more simple, you can do so. So how this works is basically 2 observers together. They give off a infinite redstone signal, as you can see like that. And what we made a little trapdoor, what do you call it? This trapdoor contraption. If you turn off the lever here, it's gonna keep going back and forth like that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the dripstone that we got earlier, and then use that to drop the dripstone on top of whatever on top of the mob is on. So this will work on both the bodyguards and their Ancient Remnant. And the reason why it's 20 blocks high is because one of the special attacks that the Ancient Remnant has is that it summons like a whole lot of sand tiles on top of you that does a lot of damage. And I've done multiple runs of it, and the height limit of what those sand tiles spawn is 20 blocks high. So which means that if we are above that, then we won't get damage at all. And also because all of these mobs that are in this pyramid are close combat mobs, which means that they'll try to come towards you as much as they can, and we'll use this to advantage to drop the dripstone on it. So as I said, again, this is just a basic setup. You can just build it however you want as long as it's on 20 blocks high. Yep, so what we're going to do is actually we're going to test this. I'm going to get my night vision and get a set of pointed dripstone. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go to survival mode, and I'll show you what it's like. So yeah, that was the overall guide on how to defeat the Ancient Remnant using dripstones. There was a mistake in the middle of while defeating the Ancient Remnant. Turns out that it's not actually 20 blocks. They need to build the contraption. It's actually 21 blocks. That was a mistake on my behalf, so I do apologize. So just to make sure you build it on 21 blocks, as on 21 blocks it will not damage you whatever the Ancient Remnant does. And so after defeating the Ancient Remnant, you're gonna get 4 items. You can get the disc, you can get the sandstone in the bottle, which is probably the most used item here. You can just right click it to summon in these 3 tornadoes that will damage any mobs that goes through it. Otherwise you can combine it with the 2 weapons that you can get from the other boss mobs. The curse bow to make the Wrath of the Desert, and the Gauntlet of the Guard to make the Gauntlet of Maelstrom, sorry, not Maelstrom. But in my opinion, they don't really serve as much of an upgrade to me, especially the Gauntlet of the Guard. You have to go to the end to get this, if I remember correctly. So, and plus the crossbow, using the crossbow itself is way more stronger than using the Wrath of the Desert. So, I mean, I don't know. They might make it more stronger later in the future. But for me, the main prize I'm going for is the Remnant Skull. The only downside to this is you need to tame it with Sniffer's Egg, which is not that easy to find. So if I summon it, if I go into survival mode, he will attack me straight away, and then he does a lot of damage. So just keep that in mind. You'll need some Sniffer Eggs. So if I go to him and then I right click it, then now there's like saying Modern Remnant is following. He's staying and wandering and whatsoever. You can also use the bucket to put him inside here, just like an axolotl or other boss mob pits. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And also, I said this in the earlier video, but if you have a boss mob from other mobs that you want me to make a guide out of, please do let me know down in the comments. And I will see you in a future video. See you later.